I got you. Listen, single moms, to answer your question directly, like I said, recreational use only.
No.
Are you serious?
Recreational use only. Especially if you up in your ages in your 30s.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like, personally, I feel like off the comment, it gives mommy issues. Okay? That's how I feel, because I feel like realistically,
You were raised by a single mom.
You know? But I feel like if you're exactly, so you lived in the experience, so you feel like your mom's only recreational use.
So
No.
here's the thing. I'm just a translator. I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. So this is his breakdown of his point.
Okay.
Single moms are recreational use only to men who do not have kids. And his mom, there are exceptions to the rule, such as him, LeBron James, maybe Will Smith, things of that nature, because he's saying that generally, typically, single moms breed degenerates, people going to jail, criminals, failures, blah, 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 blah. Like, obviously, it doesn't have to be the case because the minority, obviously, LeBron's not a degenerate, not in jail, all these things, most people the same thing, blah, 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 blah. So, like, he, too, says that he falls in the exception category because he had a single mom and didn't become a degenerate, this, and the third, blah, blah. So, again, just the messenger. I'm just the mailman.
Okay. So, the exception... The exception is...
We got comments, too.
Okay, because what's the exception is like what? Because I don't feel that way. I feel like if you're a man,
okay,
and you are confident within yourself, one, I don't feel like you have to really say like recreational use, because what if you come into a situation, I'm a single mother, right? And you automatically, like, the kids take a liking to you, okay? Eventually, there's some men that will raise children that are not theirs all the way up until adulthood and never have their own children and still love them the same. Okay, and that's from experience. Like with my grandparents, like my grandfather, that's my grandfather. You know what I mean? And my grandmother's kids are his children, and we don't know any different. That's just what it is. But there's never been a time where he's like, oh, I had to raise her kids and I didn't get my own kids. It was like they already filled that void.
Right. Do you think most men are like your grandfather?
I feel like it could be 50-50. It depends on the man, their mindset, how well they're willing to mature. Because I feel like his statement comes from immaturity.
Do you feel like most men, because you're saying, I know obviously it depends on the man, but like most men, when asked if most men are like your grandfather and would step up to the plate with kids that aren't his and a new woman and whatnot, do you think most men in our generation, do you think they're built like that?
No.
Damn.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let's get to these comments. Nay Medley said, truth say that, I think back with our introduction. Avion Latibatier said, the person you date as a single parent should more than want to be a part of your kid's life. Damn, Devin.
Hello. Thank you, Avion.
Not necessarily to replace the other parent, but at the end of the day, the love has to be whole. Okay, Avion, talk to him.
Thank you, Avion.
Avion is this is
exactly that
shameless promotion. Avion is coming out with a dating app called Moment, so stay tuned for that. Follow Avion. But good shit, Avion. Nay Medley said there is no exceptions. Ooh, she said no exceptions. Got you. But yeah, so why'd you say that most men in our generation aren't built like your grandfather? Woo!
The lack of maturity. The way that women perceive themselves. Like, I feel like, okay.
The way that women perceive themselves or men perceive themselves?
No, I feel like women perceive themselves as like, okay, I'm a single woman. From my experience, a lot of single moms are like, I don't need a man. I don't need this. You don't need it. It may be a want also, but I feel like they have something to prove. And when you bring a man into a situation where you feel like, okay, like, I'm not expecting him to take care of my children. No, you may not be expecting it, but what if he's willing to? You need to allow him to want to do those things. Don't force it on them, because then that's where you sever the, like, they have no obligation. It's not their children. Allow them to want to do that thing with you.
Okay.
And if they don't, allow them to say that. Because realistically, like you said, like Avion said, they have other parents, whether they're active or not active. You've already been raising these children on things. So if you're bringing another energy in and they're willing to want to raise your kids, cool. But if they're not, cool, because you had those children before you met this person. So you can't hold them to this expectation
Right.
of, you have to raise my children.
Right.
Because no, you don't.
Right. That's a fact.
You came into the situation dating me.
Mm.
That's it. If I allow you to be around my children and you guys build that bond, yes, I may want you to say, hey, we're a family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say, oh, these are my kids and this is my family. It's totally different. So I feel like in this generation, no, I feel like a lot of guys are in and out. They just want either sex or they don't want the commitment.
Right.
Who wants a commitment if I already don't have it?
Right.
And then there's other men that are like, honestly, I don't care. Like, as long as I feel like if you're treating me in a way that, like, I can treat you like a king and you're treating me like a queen, I'm going to be receptive to that. Okay? So if you're stepping in and you're willingly taking care of my children because you want to, but not crossing the boundary that they have other parents, because you need to respect the other parent.
Of course.
Period.
Right.
Then in its entirety, it runs smoother. We all have an understanding.
I think that makes sense.
As far, I feel like personally, like, from like I'm not really experienced, but like my friends also, like dating as a single parent is like a big thing.
What about it?
I feel like it's hard. I feel like a lot of men or women, when they have children and they're a single parent, they're hesitant, I guess, to dive right in or try to date because they don't want people to judge or like bring the wrong energy in with their children. Because a lot of times you go in and you're dating and this person seems great or whatever the case may be, and then once you're in the situation, it's not exactly what it appears to be. Like, I don't think that other people who are dating someone who is a single parent really realizes what comes with being a single parent and how they have to kind of be present, but they don't have to raise the children if they don't want to. You could platonically date someone and not raise their children with them.
Well, I'm pretty sure platonic means like friends. So
yeah, like, yeah, but
I think you could separately date them and not.
But I feel like you could be like, because you have to start a relationship off of a friendship, platonically. You know what I mean? So like, we could be casually dating, like be friends and build on that casually, build on that, and not actually like, I can date you and never introduce you to my kids until I'm ready.
That's a fact. That makes sense.
Boundaries. So
question,
we're friendly.
Can you turn that into can you phrase that as a question as far as like so dating while parenting? Like, you turn that into a question to like. Like you said that you said that it was hard, but like, how would you ask that as a question? Like, as far as like someone else might ask, how do I maneuver dating as a parent or whatever?
Right. I feel like, can you date as a single parent without the expectation of someone either stepping in and like without I feel like, I don't know how to explain it.
You're doing good. I like it. It's live. Like, we improving.
Do you expect someone when you're a single parent and you're dating someone after a certain period of time, do you expect them to step in and be a step parent, or do you separate the two? Like, that's the bigger thing.
I feel okay. So I feel like, I mean, if I was going to answer that, I feel like it is different for every instance.
Right.
So like, just like how you said, you can date someone and they're not be like introduced to your kids until you're ready and whatnot. Right. So it's just like, I feel like more people should do that. I feel like people are like, sometimes people can be in a rush to introduce people to their kids, or just like the package deal type of deal. Like,
right.
if you want me, you gotta have my kids too, blah, 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 blah. So, but I don't know, different strokes for different folks.
Right.
But I think I personally like the way that you come about it better, just because if it doesn't work, there's no disappointment with your kids, or the man isn't causing different things in your life or whatever the case. If it doesn't go right, man or woman, whatever will float your boat.
Right.
But yeah, so I feel like it's just based on the specific individual.
Yeah, I feel like in a situation you have to be very upfront on what your expectations are as far as a single parent or not a single parent. So if you're dating somebody and you're honest and you're like, hey, listen, I'm a single mom or a single dad, and you're dating them, ask them, like, what are your expectations? Do you plan on stepping up, or like, I guess be like upfront about it. Like, if you're coming in and you're dating me, just be like honest and say, hey, listen, I'm not interested in dating you and the kids.
Now, here's my thing. I've also, like, because we were speaking to the point of view of the parent. As far as the point of view of the person that is dating is not the parent, you just gotta play a role.
Right.
Like, if you're really interested in the man or the woman, play your role, play your cards right. And then if you like are seriously interested in like a long-term future, then you'll work your way up.
Right.
Type of time.
I agree.
So, to piggyback on that,
You know,
Headlines podcast, over 15 episodes talking about different things, music related, dating related. We play mad games, mad jokes, different fights, arguments, debates, and whatnot. So the channel is just going to continue to grow. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out the rest of the channel, and I'll see you next time.